the issue of this segment. And in many ways now, my friends, it is the number one issue of our time. For those of you that still haven't read it, I encourage all of you to go to WashingtonTimes.com and read my column in the commentary section. In that column, I call for the impeachment of Barack Hussein Obama, where I explicitly call for the Republicans, should they win in November, to go after the president, to investigate all of his high crimes and misdemeanors. And on that front page, with me is former Republican Congressman Tom Tancredo. Together, he and I have outlined the case for impeachment. And my friends, this column has hit the Obama administration right where it hurts. It is the most deadliest column that I have ever written against them. Believe me, they are now quaking in their boots. And my friends, here is why. If you look at the evidence objectively, Obama should be impeached by any reasonable standards of law, of adhering to the Constitution, of political moral decency. As I lay out in my column, it is time for this socialist usurper to go. It is under his watch that this administration has now presided over the greatest levels of debt our country has ever seen. My friends, he is driving us to bankruptcy. That is a high crime and misdemeanor. It is under his watch that he refuses to defend our porous southern border. In fact, as I point out in my column, his failure to uphold his oath of office, to stand there and say, and uphold his oath and say, I will defend the American people from all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will protect Americans who are now being slaughtered and murdered by illegal immigrants, by terrorists seeping in through our southern border, as we now know that Hamas and Hezbollah has seeped in through our southern border. My friends, that is an abdication of his constitutional duty. That, my friends, is a high crime and misdemeanor. That, my friends, is treason against the United States. His failure to prosecute the new Black Panther Party members, who we have on videotape, who we know it's an open and shut case, were deliberately intimidating white voters from voting at the Philadelphia voting booths on Election Day, November 2008, with their military fatigues brandishing a baton, with their leaders calling for the murder of white babies, crackers as he put them. Kill all the crackers and their babies. My friends, this poses a threat to the very integrity of our democracy and the very sanctity of our election process. His failure to uphold our civil rights laws, our voting rights laws, is a high crime and misdemeanor. And my friends, the mother of all crimes, the mother of all misdemeanors, and this there's no getting around. The fact that his administration has engaged in the kind of criminality, the kind of abuse of power, the kind of corruption that we haven't seen since Bill Clinton and Richard Nixon. It was his White House that called Congressman Joe Sestak, led by his political hitman. My only question is, was Rahm Emanuel, when he called Joe Sestak, was he nude or not nude? Was he naked? Was it all in the flesh? Or was he covered when he called up Joe Sestak and openly bribed him with taxpayer funds to say, Joe, drop out of this race and we'll offer you a senior cabinet level position? My friends, that isn't an attempt to interfere and manipulate an election. That, my friends, is bribery. That is corruption and abuse of power. This is what our good friend Rahm Emanuel Rambo, Dead Fish, did also with Andrew Romanoff. Then in another Democratic primary, this time in Colorado, it was Dead Fish who called up Rod Blagojevich, the disgraced former Illinois governor, and said, we want Valerie Jarrett to be Obama's replacement for the Illinois U.S. Senate seat. And the only question was, what did Blagojevich want in return? What was the quid pro quo? What was the I scratch your back, you scratch my back? My friends, those are blatant violations of the law. There is no getting around that. There is no gray. The fact that this Democratic Congress refuses to impeach this president doesn't mean he hasn't committed high crimes and misdemeanors. It means they are willing to tolerate his illegality. They are willing to tolerate his corruption. They are willing to tolerate his abuse of power. My friends, enough is enough. For too long, this man has sought to implement a creeping socialist dictatorship upon America. He is slowly bankrupting this country. He is now slowly disgracing us in the eyes of the world. He is now destroying our military by trying to have gays openly serve in the military, even though most of our armed service members are completely opposed to it. He is now taking us on the path to defeat in Iraq and Afghanistan. He has violated his constitutional oath to protect our southern borders. He refuses to prosecute the new Black Panther Party and uphold the voting and civil rights laws passed in the mid-1960s. And his administration has now, on the record, sought to bribe members of Congress to deliberately manipulate and interfere in an election. Mr. President, this is not Venezuela. This is not Cuba. This is not Kenya. This is not some third world banana republic. This is the United States of America. We are a nation of laws, not of men. And you, sir, are not above and beyond the rule of law. And we will now hold you accountable. And as I say in my piece, what you will see coming in November is not just a political beating that you have never seen in your lifetime, not just a political tsunami. Oh, no, no, my friends. Now the Republicans, led by Congressman Darrell Issa, are now sharpening their knives to go after one investigation after another. Congressman Issa has said, remember, he is the ranking member of the House Government Reform Committee. That's the committee that is in charge to go after scandals and corruption. And as he put it, I will investigate the Obama White House. I will investigate Sestak Gate, Romanoff Gate, Blago Gate, and every other scandal that is lurking in this administration. My friends, with Obama, all roads lead to one inevitable, logical conclusion. Impeachment. This usurper must fall. And former Congressman Tom Tancredo, who may even be running for governor of Colorado, on Fox News, went and now said what I've been saying. And together, his article and my article are now leading the charge for impeachment against Obama. And here is former Congressman Tom Tancredo, in his own words, saying, you know what? The socialism that Obama is unleashing, his failure to protect our southern border by not allowing Americans to defend themselves from drug dealers, terrorists, rapists, murderers, in many ways is a greater threat than Al-Qaeda itself. Here is Tom Tancredo in his own words on Fox News. Ray, roll the clip, baby.
Al-Qaeda is a threat undeniably, but it is a threat from outside the United States. The President of the United States, who wants to destroy the Constitution, he doesn't want to physically destroy America as Al-Qaeda does, but he is as dangerous, he's more dangerous simply because he is inside.
Now, Tom Tancredo has thrown down the gauntlet.